Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Jesse with the Comment Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things dirty through a common sense lens. And I like Cody a lot, right? I love Camelot. He's great. He's a good dude. I like a lot of his GameStop videos. His Walmart stuff is a lot of fun. His chats are always great places to hang out. They're so welcoming. I've met a lot of the cool people out there. I've had some of them come over and be mods on my channel. I just absolutely love that community that he's got over there. Those guys are great, right? And although I'm not the biggest fan of like all the different drama and stuff like that, and I don't generally do videos over drama, and this isn't a drama video if anybody's worried about that kind of thing either. It's not at all, if you couldn't tell from the headline out there. But I'm not really big into that. I know some people like that stuff, and that's some people's bag, and that's fine. That's totally okay out there. But I love what a lot of the stuff that Cody's been doing outside of the world, right? He's been getting into NASCAR. He's putting his name out there. He's doing all of these kind of things out there to kind of help shape culture and kind of change things. And I always am willing to support anybody that's doing that, especially if I see the changes they're making in a very positive light. And Cody is absolutely doing that. Camelot331 is a great, solid dude out there, and he just seems to be just such a good quality, like good guy out there. I just love his streams. I love the feel he gets. And so it's just a wonderful thing out there. And we've all known that a lot of YouTube changes have been happening lately. A lot of things have been going on screwy behind the back scenes. We've seen a lot of people's algorithms have issues. You know, people producing content all the time, you know, sometimes 7 days a week. And all of a sudden, for some reason, their subscriber growth just shatters and stops, right? So we know they've been screwing with a lot of things in the behind the scenes. Well, our dear sweet Cody, boy old Camelot, our NASCAR driver out there, boys and girls, has gotten smacked with quite a little pickle. And I don't expect my video to get a whole bunch of traction or for a bunch of people to watch it or a bunch of views or anything like that over there at all. But I'd like to see be one more drop added to the tsunami of people that talk about this, because what they're doing to Camelot is incredibly wrong, is incredibly screwed up. And because of the fact that they've gotten rid of a lot of like the partner program people that, like, you, if you cracked 100,000 subscribers, you used to get a partner that you could actually call and email into an actual real person at YouTube that you could talk to. Well, they've gotten rid of a lot of that now, and only like some of the biggest channels out there actually have partners that they can reach out to and actually talk to at YouTube. Camelot is not one of those guys. He tried to reach out through the normal procedures, and guess what? Got a big lot of doddly squat, like so many of us have in the past, trying to deal with their automated systems that they claim is human reviewed, right? We all dealt with that. We've all seen that kind of stuff go on out there, especially if you're a content creator that's been around this ecosphere for any length of time. But unfortunately out there, YouTube is still the dominant platform out there. Their algorithm, despite all the changes and screw-ups they've made, is still the one that is easiest to grow on, as long as you're willing to put in the effort and the work that it takes to do that. And Camelot is a guy that has been on YouTube for over 7 years, boys and girls. This guy has earned his stripes. He has put in his time, and he certainly does not deserve to be treated like this, especially considering how much money he makes YouTube, not just for himself out there as well. So we're going to check out this article from geeksandgamers.com, getting all the juicy details of exactly what's going on with our dear sweet Cody. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 2,400. We're sailing our way towards 25 on our journey to 100,000. I think we're sitting at like 2418, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Let me know what you think about all this. Have you seen some of the screwball-y stuff that YouTube is doing? Do you think this is like some kind of coordinated campaign against Camelot to screw over his monetary income? And I know he was probably kind of joking, but he did talk about having to sell his house, right? Or do you think this is just some kind of a weird glitch because of all the YouTube back-end stuff that they've been doing and screwing with stuff behind the scenes without actually fully understanding the algorithm? Because, hey, guess what? They didn't build it. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. If you support the channel, please check out the links in the description. And for some reason you don't know who Camelot is and you're finding my video on my channel, please go subscribe to his channel. Go follow him on all of his alternatives out there and help support the guy, because he's a really good dude and he brings a lot of great entertainment and content to the ecosphere. And trust me, you want to see him stick around. The guy's a good dude. So, from Trevor Dinging over on geeksandgamers.com, it's probably Trevor Dinning, YouTuber Camelot331 hit with sudden $10,000 chargeback spiral from super chat refunds. $10K. If your job all of a sudden started taking money out of your paycheck that amounted up to $10K over a period of time, how would that affect? Even if they did $1,000, $500, how would that affect you? How would that affect you? That would turn your life upside down overnight. Cody Dennison, owner of the Camelot331 YouTube channel, is in crisis as the platform is suddenly charging him approximately $100 per day in negative earnings. This amounts to nearly $1,000 in charges over the last 2 weeks. Dennison notes that if this isn't resolved quickly, he will lose up to $10,000 because of how often it's happening. Here it is, especially it's directly from Camelot's account. Hey, YouTube, why is YouTube suddenly charging me $100 a day? I've never seen negative earnings, and they're hitting every day now. $100 a day he is losing right now because of some of this stuff. That is insane. Like, I don't know what fraction of that is his income. I don't really care either. Cody deserves all the success in the world for what he's done and for all the time he's put in and everything else. But, like, imagine losing $100 a day. That's insane. I mean, you've seen what happens to guys. Like, if you're one of those people out there that's had money invested in the stock market, or you saw your 401k take a hit over the last few years, or any of that kind of stuff, like, think what kind of stress that puts you on. This is his daily income. This is one of his primary income source flows, right? This isn't just your retirement plan taking a hit like this. That is nuts. The reason for the charges appears to be a mass refunding of super chats, but YouTuber creator support has yet to explain why Dennison, why now, and if it's one of its users or many. Color us shocked there. You can't get any actual decent information out of YouTubers' automated support system. This is one of the constant complaints about this stuff all the time. And unless you're some big wig with like 1 million subscribers or something like that, you are never going to get the attention of actual Team YouTube unless there is a massive swell of people all across the platform and all across social medias talking about this kind of stuff. So if nothing else, go retweet Camelot's posts about this and try to get this stuff pushed up to higher levels. Who knows? Maybe by the time you see this video, all of this is resolved and you're telling me how much of a fool I am for putting this video out down in the comment section below. That's perfectly okay. But either way, this is something that needs to be looked at. This is a problem that needs to be fixed because Cody might just be the start of this. This could go across all kinds of places, or it's a coordinated attack, which in both cases violates the rules, YouTube's own rules for that kind of stuff. So yeah. Possible causes. During live streams, viewers can pay for super chats to draw attention to their messages. YouTube takes a percentage, with the majority of it going to the owner of the channel. YouTube takes about a 30% cut, I think it's 33%, if I remember correctly. Other platforms take less. And then, of course, there's other ones that take almost nothing as well. So that's what YouTube takes. But, I mean, 33% does sound like a lot. And if you're not making a lot, it does really suck. But considering what they offer to you, right? Like, I can upload 4K videos on YouTube without any problems. There are other platforms that won't allow that, right? So it's one of those situations, just all the infrastructure that they pay for and that they take care of and provide it to you for free, right? To be able to do all of this, 33% ain't that bad of a cut. And it's a whole lot better than some of the Twitch cuts that they've done too to people as well. So along with ad revenue, this is how content creators make money. I mean, live streaming is literally the only reason this is still my full-time job, despite everything that's happened to us over the last 4 years. So yeah, trust me, I get where it's coming from on that one. However, after sending a super chat, a user can contest the charge and demand a refund, resulting in a chargeback to the creator. All as of Master TDS notes on X, the dispute and resolution don't hit immediately. Master the TDS says, I hear you, but chargebacks don't have to be, because this is what Camelot said. It says, I haven't even had people send hundreds in super chats, and definitely not days I didn't stream. Master TDS explains this. I hear you, but the chargebacks don't have to be from recent streams. They can hit weeks later, all at once. That's why YouTube puts the negative amount on whatever day the dispute clears. That is nuts. And I think some people were saying, and they might even bring it up in this article, they're talking like it's almost up to like 90 days or 120 days that you can do this. That's insane. And that's something that definitely needs to change. Unfortunately, YouTube may combine multiple refunds, making it impossible to tell which viewer contested the charge, when, or for how much, which I'm sure is intentional. There's also the possibility that as YouTube incorporates more AI into its system, this is some sort of bug. Dennison has been running his YouTube channel for 7 years without ever seeing anything to this degree happen before now. Yeah, Camelot's been around for a very long time. There's no indication that the financial penalties stem from anything he shared during his recent streams. As Camelot says, he's received no content flags or noticed any traffic adjustments. And that right there is make it to where I don't think someone internally at YouTube is intentionally trying to go after him. Because if that was the case, it's way easier to screw with his algorithm. It's way easier to flag his content. I mean, we've seen mass flagging campaigns take down entire channels, right? So there are way easier ways for somebody internally to go after Camelot if they didn't like something he was saying or something he was bringing up. This seems oddly really weird, which makes me think it's either a glitch or somebody outside of YouTube doing this intentionally as a coordinated attack, which once again violates YouTube's rules. The only thing that's weird about that, though, to me, is the fact that if it was something like that, right? One of the biggest problems that Hollywood and all the rest of these people that try chasing this modern audience, right? All these insane folks out there that are having meltdowns over, their favorite character not being gay, despite what the creator tells them, right? Having an absolute meltdown over stuff like that. Those people don't generally have a lot of money, right? And in order to do something like this, you would have had to have a lot of money up front in order to start doing this kind of thing, right? And the reason I say those people don't have a lot of money is because if that was the case, every show or movie or television show that chases a modern audience would be a huge rounding success. Except they're not. They're all massive failures, right? Because these people don't have money, or there's such a insignificant amount of them that they don't matter overall to what actually makes a profit and what doesn't, right? That's my only hiccup with it being an outside coordinated. Now, that doesn't mean it's not possible, right? We know there are people that have big money that are absolute champions of the spirit of the age, right? We see that happen all the time. Bricks just don't magically appear on corners out of nowhere, right? People have to have money to do stuff like that. So it's possible. But with Cody, right, that just seems so odd to me. Like, the guy's a big lovable, fool. You know what I mean? Not like in a bad way. He's just like, he's a big, lovable kind of, just wants to get along with everybody, wants to have a good time and just be that kind of guy. Like, at least that's everything I've ever seen of the man. I could be completely wrong, but that's everything I've ever seen of the man, right? So this doesn't seem like the kind of this isn't Ryan Kennel, right? This isn't RK Outpost, right? Who says things all the time that are a lot of times intentionally trying to ignite the other side, right? That's not Cody. It's not really ever been Cody. So why would that be the case now? It just seems odd, and it seems a lot more like it's a glitch. And if it is a glitch, this is even more of a reason as to why we need to make this loud and heard, because otherwise there's no other way you're going to get fixed. You're never going to get it fixed, because an individual out there who doesn't already have the number or the email can't reach out to an actual real person at YouTube or Google for that matter. Because remember, all this is coming through AdSense, which is all ran by Google. Right? So that's one of the other problems with this too. So I don't know. This is nuts. This is crazy. That's why it feels like more like a glitch to me. There's no indication that the financial penalties stem from anything he shared during his streams, right? After reaching out to YouTube creator support, Camelot said he was told someone charged back $120, 120 days, $10K to $20K. The 120 days. That is insane. And if that's the case, who the hell was spending between 10 and 20K on Camelot's stream in the last, 4 months? In the last 4 months that this is happening. Further discussions with creator support have proved frustrating. Customer service rep suggested that Dennison contacted his bank because bank account concerns is currently out of our expertise. Really? You're the one sending it's either coming out of his bank account, which I don't think it actually is. It sounds like this would be coming out of his AdSense stuff, right? And he's showing a negative thing based on what he's showing in the pictures and stuff like that here, right? This isn't his bank account. This is like his AdSense stuff out here, right? Negative earnings posted on his account. So this has nothing to do with his bank. His bank's not doing this. This is happening to his AdSense account out there. That monthly deposit, those of us that make more than $100 a month, you know, those people out there, because I don't always do that on YouTube, those people out there that make more than $100 a month, right? That's what this is talking about. That's insane. That's absolutely insane, because the bank, this has nothing to do with the bank, which is how you know all he's doing is talking to an automated AI system, because he can't get a straight answer, and he can't explain that to an AI automated system. Don't believe me? Try giving a complex description of a picture to one of these AI systems and having them create it. Not a video, a picture, and see what they come up with. I guarantee you 90% of your details are going to be completely lost on that AI generator out there. Same thing with automated support like this, which is all Cody can get to, at the same time losing $100 a day. And that's not enough to be able to reach out to a real person at YouTube. That's insane. Camelot says he may need to reach out to a lawyer as things continue spiraling for him. Of added concern is that he may not be the first person to experience this problem. If it's some sort of targeted attack, or if there's some sort of loophole in YouTube's terms of service that facilitate chargebacks long after the fact, Dennison fears his channel will only be the first of many. If it's some sort of problem with AI, we could potentially see a flood of creators facing the same problem. Camelot says, I'm looking at 10K in chargebacks, and I found about today. I messaged YouTube creators, and they said message creator support, who informed me I'll be paying for all of it, and was shit out of luck. Looks like it's going to be happening to tons of creators moving forward. That's insane. Basically, they've told him to get bent, that there's nothing he can do about it. And Camelot's a guy that gets, last time I checked on one of his streams, he gets 500-600 people watching his streams. At least 200 or 300. I know we used to get raided by Camelot when we did the Migweed Hump over on Shag's channel, right? Camelot used to raid us. So I know he was having at least hundreds of people watching his show over there at night. And YouTube doesn't care. Doesn't matter. Because he's going to stop streaming on the platform. He has. When Dennison weighs his options, he's continuing to stream on alternative platforms like Rumble and Kick. Based on how things go with YouTube, however, those platforms are unlikely to keep him afloat. Well, if direct donations were his primary source of income and not ad revenue, yeah, absolutely. Because the people that want to support him and give him money will go to the alternative platforms. I know that happened to me when I had some issues happen over here on this wonderful platform that never does anything wrong ever, right? So yeah, never gets anything decisions wrong ever, right? So literally, he'll financially, if that's where he got most of his money, he'll be fine. But as far as growth, expansion, getting any bigger than what he already is, not going to happen. Not going to happen whatsoever. And trust me, there is nothing more frustrating as a content creator to see all the work you put in get you zero results when it comes to the algorithm stuff out there. Right? To see zero. I put out content 7 days a week. A lot of the time, 3 videos a day. And to see that stuff just get stuck and not move at all on some of these alternative platforms out there, why bother? If it wasn't for the live streams, those alternative platforms wouldn't be worth it. And live streams don't get you growth. They just don't on any platform. So that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth. Financially, you'll probably be fine. But growth, that's a depressing thing, and nobody's going to have to deal with that forever. Not especially at the level that Cody was at or is at. So yeah. On YouTube, Camelot currently has 225,000 subscribers, compared to only his 35.2 followers on Rumble and 27 followers on Kick. I can't believe he's only got 27 followers on Kick. He must not promote it very much. Got way more followers than I do on Rumble, though. Shout out to Rumble. As long as YouTube is the overwhelming dominant platform for content creators, many will depend on it for their livelihoods. It also has a unique ecosystem where fans can directly interact with and support their favorite creators. Any sort of large-scale success opens public figures to attack, financial and otherwise. But as Camelot has discovered, as things currently stand on YouTube, it's impossible to isolate the source. Obviously, there must be some protection for users whose credit cards could be stolen or compromised or used to buy expensive super chats. But the system seems to be open to abuse. If someone with the means can spend significant amounts on super chats only to demand refunds after the creator has already used the money for basic living expenses, it puts YouTube in danger. There you go. And if it's just some AI hallucination, that could be even worse. Absolutely. So that's the problem with this. I don't want to harp on this for too much longer. I think we've kind of harped on it pretty well out here. But Cody's a good dude. Camelot's a great guy, as far as I'm concerned. And he deserves all the benefits of the beautifulness of all of his supporters out there in the world, right? Every content creator who has supporters deserves to have that support respected and understood. And this is absolutely insane. I don't know exactly what the truth is as far as why he's getting these charged back, whether it's a coordinated campaign or whether it's just some kind of massive glitch inside of YouTube that they're not willing to address because he can't talk to an actual human. But at the end of the day, fans decide what succeeds and what fails. And fans of Camelot can elevate this. You can talk about this. You can put my video out there. You can share his posts. You can put his videos out there. Any other content creator out there that you enjoy that's talking about this, share their videos all over social media. Let your voice be heard. Because as Hollywood has found out so very well, as the video game industry has found out so very well, fans have the power as to decide what succeeds and what fails. We have cost them trillions of dollars ignoring us and chasing a modern audience that doesn't exist. That same modern audience that in many cases Camelot has spoken out against. So whichever way, whatever's actually causing this, either way, you as an individual can make the change. Oh, I don't have that many followers. Nobody's going to listen to me. It doesn't matter. Because every time you share something out, every time you click that share button, every time you post something on your algorithm and put somebody else's name out there, you are adding one more drop to what can eventually be an overwhelming waterfall, an overwhelming tsunami that can destroy the likes of Hollywood. Because guess what? If it wasn't for every single individual out there who made the conscientious choice to not buy what Hollywood was selling or what the video game industry was selling, there is no way we would have brought them to their knees the way we have now. There's no difference with YouTube. It is no different than any of the rest of these major corporations that need to have changes made to them. Your voice matters. Your opinion can be heard. And by doing simple things like sharing stuff out, leaving comments, and simply talking about an issue on your social media can make that happen, can cause those changes to be made. We brought Hollywood and the video game industry to their knees. You don't think we can get YouTube's attention? Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the fans, the nerds, the geeks, the customer has always had the power. We decide what succeeds and what fails. Not YouTube, not Hollywood, and not these gaming companies out there. You have the power, and you always have. Make your voice heard. A big shout out to all of our subscribers and members out there. Thanks for watching, and make sure you guys like and subscribe if you have not already.